So guys, in this video we will be ranking every single Spfl Premiership kit. So if you enjoy this video, remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, go and follow me on all our socials, and let's get into it. So guys, we're going to go for 12th to 1st. Obviously, a lot of these might be controversial to people, but the whole point in this video is a debate. So I'm going to start off with 12th place, and I'm just going to go right into it. I think this kit could have been a banger, but the sponsor put it off. The colouring at the collar puts it off, and the logo on the shorts puts it off. So it is Motherwell. I just don't like the kit. The sponsor, the lime sponsor, really puts me off this kit. Even the collar bit, there's a wee bit of kind of maroony colour on just at this tip of the collar, and it just does not look right. And there's also a tiger sponsor on the shorts, which just makes it probably one of the worst Motherwell kits in years, because Motherwell always produce decent enough kits. They're one of the clubs you always get a good away kit out of them, decently good home kits, but it's not where it is at, guys. But we now move on to 11th place. 11th place last year were my champions, and it's Dundee FC. This year their kit's a bit iffy. Last year it was superb. I loved the old anniversary kind of logo, but this year it's just very disappointing. I do like the crown logo. It does go with the kit. It's not one of these sponsors that takes over the kit like the Motherwell one. It's simple, but I don't like how they've put the year the club was founded all over the shirt with 3 random lines. I just think it really disembarks the kit. I just don't think it suits the kit at all. If they made it less obvious, it looks like when you have an Amazon parcel and they've just put all the numbers or the QR code number all over the package. That looks like they've done with this Dundee kit, and I just don't like it. The sleeve design is quite nice. It's simplified, but apart from that, it's not one of my favourite kits, and that's why it is in 11th place. And we will now move on to 10th place. So the Celtic kit, I mean, you can't really do much with a Celtic kit. This year, they've went quite simple, and can I applaud them for that, because the last couple of years we've had that snake design. A lot of Celtic fans didn't like that, but this year they've went with gold, and you cannot beat a gold kit. But the only reason I went for this ranking is majorly because there's a lot of better kits in the league, and I think they could have done better with the collar. I think they could have done better with the sleeves, and yeah, like, as much as people didn't like the snake design, I wish they kind of went a wee bit more into it. Obviously, it's their anniversary kit since 1967 coming up this year. But there's not much explanation into this kit selection. It's just, I think they could have done better, especially with a company like Adidas. They make the kit. The alphabet have always been on it. They're quite actually a decent front of shirt sponsor, so there's nothing kind of going wrong with that, but I think they're just better kits. So we will now move on to 9th place. So in 9th place we have the Celtic's rivals Rangers. I think there's a lot. This is probably one of the best Rangers kits they've had, or nicest Rangers kits they've had design wise since in a good couple of years. Obviously, it's like Celtic, you can't do much with it, but there's a lot more design options out there because it's not hoops, it's just a blue kit. But they have went wrong with a couple of things in this kit, and that's why it's so high placed, and it's 9th place, sorry. Collar and the sleeves, they've done fine. They've done really good there. The lines down the strip, I really like that. It gives it a unique design to a Rangers kit, which we don't normally see. I like how the badge and the Umbro logo are kind of placed in between the lines, so it doesn't look clunky that way. But there's a couple of things I don't like about this kit. The other one is the Umbro, the Unibet logo. You can see the blue outline. It looks like it's been just plastered on which is just not good enough from Umbro. I think it's still Castor as well, so it's just the naming rights of Umbro, which is poor, and that's for Rangers fans, what I've seen, that's one of the poor areas of the kit. On the actual back of the kit, which I don't like, is the lines don't continue all the way up. If they continued all the way up, you have a banger of a kit. It's just, it doesn't look like it looks like a good kit, but I think definitely the Unibet logo looking essentially printed on, and it looks like you can see the blue outlines, puts it way off in my opinion. So we now move on to 8th place. So in 8th place we went with Aberdeen. Aberdeen's kit has not actually been released yet, it's just been leaked. So if this turns out not to be the kit, fair enough, but it does look likely. I've looked about and this looks like the one going about. So they've done the old logo, the wee kind of, it's like a goalpost, the wee dot, and then FC, it looks like Aberdeen. Don't know why I say Aberdeen like that, but the actual design looks not too bad. When I first seen it, I was like, oh, that's going to be quite high, but then when I look more into it, it doesn't look great. There's shots of it actually in like a warehouse, there's shots of it, well, just like somebody's put it on a blank page online, but I like the old logo, I like the text, Pixel, it's a great sponsor, but the sleeves and the collar really put me off here. I wish they put a wee bit of white on the end of the sleeves. I think that would get a bit of essence and difference into the kit. I think the collar is the exact same. I don't really like the collars that like old fashioned kind of collars, but just a wee white mark around it. Like, I mean, this one's got the kind of white outline around it. Even like that would have made it so much better. But I think it's not a bad kit. I just think there's places to go better. I think a lot of the kits this year are actually decent. There's just better kits out there. So we now move on to 7th place. So in 7th place we have Hibernian FC. This home kit is quite similar to their last year's home kit, but I think they've done actually really well with this kit in regards to the sleeves. I like the way they've done the green and white. It looks unique. It gives the sleeves, unlike the Aberdeen kit, it's not plain in the sleeves. The collar, I said I don't really like the collar, but for this kit in particular, it does give that kind of interesting feel about it. But I feel when you do the collar, I think you need to kind of have a V-neck. You can't just have a straight. It just doesn't look right, in my opinion. The Bevy logo, I quite like it, to be fair, and it goes with that Hibs kit, the Hibs badge, perfectly placed. Reebok, I don't like their logo. I think it does ruin the kit a wee bit, but I'm not going to downgrade a Hibs kit because of a Reebok logo. That's not their choosing. Well, it is their choosing, but it's not at the same time. I just think if you even have just the Reebok in writing, I think that makes the kit a wee bit better. But I think plain nice sponsor, perfectly placed. It's a Hibs kit, so that, again, you don't do much with a Hibs kit, but it really is plain simple, and that's the way I like it. But in all seriousness, guys, it is a nice kit. But we will now move on to number 6. Unlike last year, number 6 is quite actually, like, we get all the kits up for now. I think they're really nice kits, and the Kelly kit this year is much better than last year's. I think it's plain, it's simple, it's nice. The sponsor is perfectly placed. They've not went adventurous with this, because it's a Kelly kit. Blue stripes up and down. You don't need to overcomplicate it, but what they've done is so nice. The one tiny bit I have to pick out is the sleeves. I always do like a bit of colour on my sleeves. I think if they put a bit of blue outline there, I think that would have made the kit a 10-10 banging. But apart from that, I like the colour of blue they've done. They've also made a design in the blue as well. It's like kind of stripes going across, faded stripes as well. I do like that. Again, with the collar, could have been a tiny bit better, but I like the shoulders. It kind of makes the kit a tiny bit better. and yeah, I think it's a really nice kit. It's just plain, it's simple, even the shorts as well, they're just plain white. Oh, it's a Kelly kit, can't do much with it, but what they've done with it is made it a very nice kit. Last year I'm pretty sure they made the sponsor kind of overrule the kit, but this year that's not the case. So we now move on to 5th place. So in number 5 we have St Mirren. Guys, I'm not going to lie, see when I first saw this kit I thought it was an away kit, but this year they have definitely done it so well with the St Mirren home kit. It's unique, it's different. I think a lot of fans, it's definitely going to be a fan favourite, but what they've done with the sleeve and the collar is so much better than what they normally do. They've put the black and the around the sleeves, they've put the black around the collar. It's plain, it's simple, makes the kit stand out. They've done wee black lines down the kit, thin black lines, I like what they've done there, and the 2 shades of white. I had to look at it twice before I looked at it, and then I noticed it. 2 different shades of white, and it just it stands out, and the badge perfectly placed. The actual kit supplier, well, it's well placed as well. It's not overruling the kit, because sometimes you get that, or even if it's crossed the lines, that's happened in the last couple of years. Even on the back of the collar we have 5 wee lines, so that it's a unique design. It's definitely different. The shoulder blades are much differently placed, and I think there's only one fault with this kit is the front of the kit sponsor, but apart from that, it's a 10-10 banging kit. And we now move into the top 4. Number 4 we have Heart of Midlothian. This kit, I love it. I honestly love it. The actual design of the collar, I love what they've done with the collar. It is just one of the kits, what I say, that it's like a V-neck collar, and it's a button collar. I don't really tend to like them that much, but it does kind of suit the Hearts kit. Hummel, I'm not a big fan of Hummel, but they have done really well with this kit. The sponsor, it's plain, it's simple. The actual design on the maroon, it's nice. They've not went over the top. Sometimes they do that. It does look like a kind of crappy maroon colour, but it does look really nice. I like what they've done with the sleeves as well. They've put a wee bit of white on them. They could have possibly done a wee pattern on that, but not to complain. The front of shirt sponsor, Stella Omanda. I don't tend to have any issue with that. It's actually quite a nice sponsor. It's perfectly placed. They've not went over the top with a design, and the players wearing it look quite good as well. But I think it's 4th place. I like the colour. I like what they've done with the kit, with the collar, and it's plain and simple. And I think that's why you kind of have to like it. But we now move into our top 3. 3rd place is honestly superb. Last year, I think their front of shirt sponsor kind of ruined this kit, but this year, it's because it's Falkirk's anniversary, it looks superb in my opinion. The logo what they've done for their anniversary is superb. It is one of the nice logos. I think it definitely upgrades the kit so much more. Just the Falkirk badge, and it's kind of in a shield with the wee script under and above. You've also got the nail sponsor, plain, it's simple. The collar is and the sleeves is what I like. The red and the white. There's the wee kind of thin red lines around the white collar, and I think it just gives it that spark. The sponsor, as I said, so much better. McEwen Fraser, it doesn't ruin the kit at all like it did last year. I also like the shorts, what they've done with the shorts this year, and it just makes it so much nicer. But they've done so much to actually design this kit, because obviously it is a special year for Falkirk, in particular with the shorts. The logo it's a different logo in the shorts as well. It looks nice. It doesn't look clunky, and that's why I think it's a really good kit. And I think Falkirk, if they do well with this kit, it'll be definitely well remembered. But we now move on to second place. Second place is the last year's championship winners, and it's St Johnstone. This kit, I honestly love it. I like what they've actually done with the blue and the design behind the blue. It's like kind of triangles. It's one of the kits that stands out. Puma, this is their only design in SPFL. I think it's the cheapest of the kits actually, which gives it a plus as well. The collar is what I kind of like as well. It's just, I like a collar sometimes it depends on the collar, but this kind of type of collar I quite like. It would have been definitely first if it was a V-neck collar, but that's a different story for a different day. The sponsor does kind of put me off putting it first place, but I think it's just that overall backdrop design behind the Puma, the St Johnstone badge, but I like what they've done with the sleeves as well. Also, it's kind of 50-50 blue and white, and there's not much you can kind of mess up with a St Johnstone kit, but I mean, they've definitely not messed up with this one. The back, there is a sponsor that it's just, it kind of ruins it, but overall, I think this kit could have been last, it could have been first, but there's a lot more potential, but that's just in my opinion that the backdrop kind of design they've done behind all the kit does put it a deserved second place. But the winner is, drum roll, so first place is, honestly, it is such a nice kit. It's Dundee United. Last year they had a very unfair place, some might say, but this year they've definitely smashed it at the park. The design around the front bit, the collar, it's a round neck. They've not actually done a proper collar, but the round neck is so good. It's just like it's a graphic kind of design. I like what they've done. They've done it down the side of the kit as well. They've also, the logos are quite nicely placed. It looks so fiery, and even they've done the graphic design down the shorts as well. The only thing I will say is the wee kind of bit sponsor on the shorts doesn't even put it off. It shouldn't. I think they should put it somewhere else. But I think they missed a trick with this on the short sleeve, especially, and the long sleeve. They should have put what they done on around your neck. They should have put that on the sleeve as well. Right, this would have been, it is the best kit, but it would have made it even a better kit. But that's my SPFL Premiership rankings of the home kits. There'll be an away kit, there might even be a third kit video. This video done quite well last year. People like it, I used to like it. But I think, last year Dundee won, but this year it's Dundee United. So guys, put in the comments who do you think has the best home kit. Remember, no biased. But let me know. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.